Welcome to sportsbookreview.com. I am Flash, and this is Serie A. As you can see, myself, Tancredi, and Alex all got the memo. We are the boys in blue. We'll have a little chat with them in a second and just go over a few of the results. And one of them that let me down, just the one, and I think it let everybody down. But if you like this video, then please subscribe, press the button, ring the bell. You ring the bell, then that means that we can notify you and you'll never miss any content again. Also, if you press the link in the description, that will take you over to all of our soccer articles from all of our soccer writers, and there's other sports over there from other writers, and you'll have great fun. Now, welcome Tancredi, welcome Alex. Tancredi, I'll come to you first. The boys in blue, I've got to say, it looks best on me.
Are we sure? Because this is the blue of the world champions. That if you know, the expression world champions, it does just sound weird on the mouth of an Englishman. So it just sounds of very old time. So just let the boys sport around what is the proper meaning for them.
We've only gone 45 seconds into the show and already Tancredi's throwing zingers about. What's going on, Tan? And what about these results over the last few days? We did absolutely brilliantly, picked out the draws, both teams to score, and Inter Milan was the only team. And I watched them yesterday. Honest to God, they were an absolute joke at the back, and Sassuolo, they got what they deserved.
Yeah, they absolutely squeezed all the bet slip that everybody got in hand, because I bet nobody could have, I don't think that many have bet against an Inter positive result. Probably many were expecting so many goals, both teams to score, at least for sure. But to be honest, that ups and downs, I'm very curious to see the live betting of that. What happened to Inter? They have lost the composure. They were producing and creating, and they thought they were almost there. See, Juventus possibly is not playing that good as Inter, but still they keep the composure. They keep the things under control, and Inter just didn't have that cold blood.
Alex, as you know, I probably watch between 25, 30 matches a week, minimum. Obviously, it was over 16 at the weekend. I know I've not seen a finish as beautifully executed as Edin Dzeko's second goal for Roma yesterday. Not to mention I was on Roma and the over 1.5, so it was even more bellissimo, as Tancredi would say. But what technique from the Roma captain.
Not only that, but you have to say about the assist also. It was an absolutely amazing pass there in the box for Dzeko. Absolutely incredible finish. But if I can say something about Inter, I think that Conte did very bad with the substitutes. I think that Candreva was a bad substitute. Moses was going good. I think that Eriksson was going good. I think that Alexis Sanchez was going good. I think that he wanted more to stay on that result 2-1. When I saw 2-2, I thought to myself, okay, Inter have to score right now. Borja Valero, unexpected goal, huge mistake in the defense of Sassuolo. But after that, followed 3 minutes later, after the worst mistake in Inter goal there in the 16 area. But imagine from 10 tips, I went 5-5, and I could have easily go 10-0 because Cagliari scored in the last minute, and I had the draw there. Yeah. If it was a draw, you were winning anyway. So don't get so happy with it.
After but what I said, I think there is enough quality. There was enough quality.
I think that Torino were very lucky to win that match against Udinese. Torino only appeared in the first 30 minutes of the game. It was Udinese game from first to finish, and I think that they deserved that 1 point and that goal. After that, two of them busted with Inter drawing. I had Inter and over 1.5 and Inter halftime full time. After that, I had which one it was? As a Roma, no, this one I won
Napoli.
it. Atalanta,
You love
Lazio,
Napoli.
I won it. No, Napoli, Napoli, it was okay. Also, Genoa, Parma, let's not forget that. I went over 2.5, and someone here went under 2.5. I don't want to mention the name, you know.
Okay, well, listen, let's just crack on, because there's absolute beauties this weekend. And if you've watched enough Serie A, it'll give you a good indication. And I fancy we're going to have another good week. Obviously, all of you at home, just settle in, enjoy, and remember to press the thumbs up if you like this video. Now, we're going to start off with Tancredi. It's Brescia plus 190, draw plus 260, Genoa plus 150. Try and split these two, Tan.
Look, Brescia were much better than expected against Fiorentina. Not only they shipped a draw, but actually they did it playing with not even locking behind the defense, trying actually to play, and they were missing Balotelli. They won't have Balotelli anymore for the rest of the season. There was Donnarumma, just homonymous of Gigi Donnarumma from Milan, that was actually the protagonist, the player that lifted, that helped Brescia to gain the promotion to Serie A last year. He was not scoring since October. He found back the net. So actually, that is much better than expected. At the same time, Genoa must come back in some way, because debuting, losing at home 4-1 to Parma is just too much. And let's remind, this is just, it's a little final. It's a little final. Not much for Genoa, that are fourth from the bottom, same points of Lecce. One of those two will have to be relegated, probably. But more for Brescia, because it's a direct rival for being relegated. And Brescia are minus 7 points from that. If they lose this game, basically, it's over. So I would say that there is so much at stake for both, that I would say both teams to score.
Both teams to score. Alex, are you thinking that someone might get a third in the game and go with the Alex Classic?
No, I'm not. I'm not touching the goals market here. I think that Genoa a little bit frustrated in the second half against Parma. Cornelius with a superb display against Genoa. Criscito missed a penalty at 1-0 for Parma, and that I think that it affected them more or less. After that, Iago Falque scored in the second half. They weren't at all bad. Don't look at the score. I think that the score is a lie. If you say, okay, you will say Parma 4-1. Okay, Parma destroyed them. It's not exactly like that. If you don't see the matches, the actual match, you will say that, wow, Parma and Genoa are shit. No, they are not shit at all. I think that Genoa will bounce back in this one. I don't count anything at all on Brescia here. So I'm going Genoa draw no bet at 1.8. I don't think that they will lose this match. So in case of a draw, we will take our stake back. In case of a Genoa win, we will win. And 1.8 to cover ourselves with a draw is a great set of odds.
And also, remember the other two bets that have been going very, very nicely since the return of Serie A is draw halftime and the most goals to be scored in the second half. Now, Cagliari at plus 155, draw plus 240, and Torino plus 210. Tan, I don't know what I'm getting from Torino.
Look, surely you're not getting entertainment. But to be honest, after that, they were going on a streak of 6 games without winning. No, sorry, it was like something like 8 games without winning and 5 defeats in a row. They first got 1 point against Parma. They won against Udinese, and Udinese was a direct rival. So that's what they are looking for. They are looking for all those things they couldn't get before, which are points. And that's what they will go and do in Cagliari. that finally found a win against Spal. They both are in a very similar position now. If I'm not mistaken, there are some 3 or 4 points that are in between the two. But basically, Torino is almost coming to life. It's not over, but getting some few points more in the next couple of games would definitely get them out, drag them out from the relegation fight. It was a huge scare for Torino. Cagliari too could breathe with that win. I believe that they might not be the hungriest possible team going out there and playing, trying to find a winning at any cost. So I would go for under 2.5 goals.
Under 2.5 goals. What about Torino? Draw no bet then, Alex?
No. I'm again. I see a draw at the final time. Cagliari and Torino. You cannot separate them right now. Cagliari with some injuries still. Nainggolan is out. Farago is out. Pavoletti is out. Torino looked good, looked decent in the first half. In the midweek in that 1-0 win against Udinese, but Udinese, they were very, very unlucky. Not again, I will say that, not to take at least 1 point from that trip. On the other side, also Cagliari were very lucky with that 1-0 win in the last minute of the game, in the injury time, in the 94th minute against Spal. But not always the Alex last-minute goal will go with us. Sometimes it must go also against us. So I will follow the same pattern. The 2 matches before between the 2 teams saw a correct score of 1-1. I will go with the draw again at 3.3, and also a lean there, a 1-1 correct score. Almost came in. Last match with Torino against Udinese, 1-1 draw, and but it came in the correct score in Roma versus Sampdoria. I said 1, it went to 1, so we are happy with that.
Okay, and remember, draw at half time. Now Lazio, they were impressive, even if it did go a little bit against them. Minus 164, draw plus 340, Fiorentina plus 500. I see Lazio putting on a show here, Tan.
Look, in the first half, this team won with this is the shirt of their last Scudetto in 2000. They are trying to take the third one of their history. In the first half, it seemed like this shirt was gonna have a new companion soon, because to be honest, they were rolling over Atalanta. They were a panzer. Yeah, it was a tank. It was unbelievable, because Atalanta actually is the team that is pushing the most. It was a joy for the eyes, and also surprising, and possibly also scaring, freaking out Juventus, because they were looking and saying, oh my God, in which way these guys are coming back in action. Possibly they underestimated that it was only the first game, so there was so much in the first half that they couldn't last for 90 minutes. And on the other side, there wasn't just another opponent. There was Atalanta that they got so many resources, even if they don't have a big name like at Juventus or at Napoli and other teams. But Atalanta got so many resources. Ilicic just came by the end. So they were just growing back. But it was Atalanta. It was a special game. What is staying is that Lazio was pumping up football since the very beginning. And considering how Fiorentina struggled and shouldn't have struggled that much against Brescia, so I see this time for good Lazio driving over Fiorentina, Lazio winning first half and second half.
Half-time, full-time, Lazio. Couldn't agree more. I mean, so I'm also going to go Lazio minus 1.5. I see him winning by 2 clear goals, Alex. they looked like they came on foot to Bergamo to play Atalanta. They played amazing 35 minutes in the game. After that, you could see that their lack of fitness, lack of freshness, Immobile was missed the entire match, not only in the first half. I want to see a different Lazio. We talked about who will win the title, and we said that Juventus will win the title because they have better quality. They have a better bench, and this is what happened here. Juventus had already 2 matches in the bag. Lazio, it was the first one. And you could see that. And exactly like Tan said, they played against Atalanta. They didn't play against Brescia, to say what a huge upset that was. Atalanta, 77 goals in 27 matches. Last year, they finished with 77 goals in the entire season. Now they still have 11 matches to play. They are going for the 100 thing, So I'm really happy again to see this team, unbelievable from Atalanta. Fiorentina missing Chiesa and Cáceres through suspensions. Also, I was not impressed at all in the second half with Ribéry. Ribéry was injured a long time, and it was his first game, and you could very clearly see that he's out of form, totally form. That 1-1 against Brescia, if it wasn't for Cáceres, who wanted to hit the showers earlier, they would have won it, in my opinion. I think that was a bit unlucky. And I think that Lazio will come back with a statement here, and I have Lazio and over 1.5 goals in the match at 1.87. But I really like also the halftime, full-time of Tan. I think that they should give something back to their fans. 500 fans were with them when they left to Bergamo with smoke, with the colors of Lazio and everything. So they must give them something back. So I think that they will put on a statement here. Atalanta and over 1.5 at 1.85.
Atalanta on a brain because we're talking about Lazio, but obviously everything you said there was 100%. You're just Atalanta crazy. No, I agree. I'm happy with half-time, full-time. I'm happy with the minus 1.5. I'm happy with Lazio and over 1.5. That's one of them games where I think that we go and sweep right across the board. Now, next game. Love this. Milan plus 175, draw plus 320, Roma plus 170. Tan, Roma don't get beat.
Look what I got for you there. If that is the shirt of second Scudetto of Lazio, this is the shirt of the first Scudetto of Roma in 1942 with this red and yellow stripe. Now,
it's aged well, Tan. It's aged well. How old was you when you bought that then?
I was already over. I could already drink in bars. I could already hit on girls without being illegal. Now, Dzeko scoring that brace just went over, just clinched the 104 goals of Piedone Manfredini, historical scorer of Roma. Roma won't leave those times. But as you mentioned, the goals from Dzeko were unbelievable. As you mentioned, they clinched the win. The process in Roma is always taking time. But anyway, the fact that they had enough team spirit to come back, all in all, the goal they conceded and some couple of other two that they could have considered were for huge mistake of defense. Paulo Fonseca tried with this new young player, Roger Ibanez, 21 years old, only had 6 minutes in Serie A, and it was clear because he gave away a goal and almost a second. I'm not sure, honestly, if he will play him again, but I think they learned the lesson. And anyway, they were able to win. It wasn't easy. Milan had a boost in confidence, winning 4-1 at Lecce. It was even way easier than they expected. and maybe this could trick them. I see Roma being smarter than Milan. But anyway, considering they both have problems, and Roma, for example, they found the win by the end when Fonseca could finally play Pellegrini, that was still recovering from injury. So I would go with a very ecumenical and safe bet of both teams scoring.
Yeah, both teams to score and over is a massive price. I'd go Roma, draw no bet. The problem I have with Roma is that they have unbelievable attack. And Pellegrini coming on, Dzeko's finishing. Going forward, you've got obviously Zappacosta came on, Kolarov. But if you've got the two centre-backs and one of them is Chris Smalling, come on now. What it's like, no, they're going to let in goals. So
this season, Chris Smalling has been nothing like it was in the last years.
No.
So I don't know if it is because of the lower pace of Italian league, or maybe because all in all Manchester United was a shamble in the last years. So it wasn't only about Smalling. But I have to tell you, he looked very confident. Actually, as far as I know, Gareth Southgate was close to calling back in the national team.
He's a straight line defender. He's a straight line defender, Tank, because he's happy going and attacking balls with his head. He's happy passing the ball when he's under no pressure. But I'm telling you, he's got an absolute ricket in front of him, especially with Diawara coming back and playing in front of him yesterday. I mean, his first touch, he must have given the ball away 5 times over his first 6 attempts. So I think that Roma, they won yesterday, and they could have won by plenty more if it wasn't for the Sampdoria keeper putting on an absolute clinic. But I think Roma go from strength to strength and he gets the right blend there. Alex?
I will not complicate myself a lot here. Over 2.5 goals in the match at 1.8. Easy. You can go also with the Alex Classic at even money, both into score and over 2.5 goals in the match. First chance with Roma. I think that, like Tam said, Milan won easier than expected. Lecce they disappeared in the second half. I don't know what happened to them. Anyway, I think that easily we should see 3 goals in the match. Easily, if not more than that.
I mean, I think it's one of those, you don't complicate it. Now, Napoli, they win this, but how do we get the value? It's Napoli minus 330, draw plus 500, and Spal at plus 1200, Tank.
You said everything. How do we get the value? Because obviously going for Napoli is too easy. The one I'm thinking, and you tell me if it is enough, a good value, otherwise I'll change it. It's Napoli to win with at least 2 goal gap. So Napoli to win -2.
Yeah, and you was 100% right last week, Tank, by saying that they would go away from home on the back of the Coppa Italia, and they delivered. So, I mean, I've got it down here minus 1.5, but I mean, again, I don't know if Alex is going to be able to put a little bit more meat on the bone. And Alex, can you find any better value?
Yeah, you can go Napoli and under 4.5 at 1.62, or even Napoli and under 3.5 at even money there. I think that Spal will have hard times to find the back of the net. They failed to score against Cagliari. The win against Parma came from a penalty, 1-0. Napoli is coming after 2 clean sheets, one against Juventus, let's not forget that, and one against Verona. There were few mistakes at the back, and Verona could have scored 1 goal. But with match by match, this kind of mistakes will disappear. I really like Napoli, and I think that they will fight Roma for that 5th place till the end of the season. I don't think that they will touch the top 4. I think the top 4 will remain exactly like that. Juve, Lazio, Inter, Atalanta. Maybe Atalanta on top of Inter, who knows? Napoli and under 3.5 for me, under 4.5 at 1.62. I wanted to go with under 3.5, but I feel like they can score 3 goals on their own. and after that I will have to sweat till the end of the game. So I will go with under 4.5. I know that the odds are not wow, 1.62, but a win is a win.
I think we go minus
Look,
2
guys.
then, Alex. I think we go minus 2. Tank, are you not looking at Napoli, obviously, to win by 2 clear goals so you get a push, half-time, full-time, win both halves, win to nil?
If they are better values, yeah, actually it could be in that way. Thing is that I just think it will be, I don't want to say it will be easy, but it will be by a huge gap. Because I think that, look, winning in the so comfortable way they did in Verona is much, much more difficult than it seems. In Verona, Juventus had lost. It was Genoa, if I'm not mistaken. Juventus had lost in Verona. And the thing is that not only Napoli won, they did it comfortably. Verona was putting pressure for the whole game. Napoli went there to play in their way. They said, we want, obviously, lock down behind in a catenaccio way, but we won't let space. We will wait for the right moment. And winning there in such a smooth way, also with players like Milik and Lozano finding the goal, and they were two that for some different reason, contract reason, or not playing reason in case of Lozano, that only a week earlier was sent away from the training, is even an even major boost to confidence. So but that's why I'm saying there will just be no game for Spal. Spal won't be able to put a barrier in front of Napoli. Maybe the way Napoli will play won't steal the look, but it will be a win by a landslide.
Okay, so minimum, I think a minimum of 3-0. So we go with, we're going to go with minus 2, half-time, full-time, win both halves. Okay, now this game here, I've got this as unders, and it could possibly be 0-0. Sampdoria at plus 145, draw plus 240, and Bologna at plus 200, Tank.
Look, Sampdoria, one way or another, have always been able to find the goal against Inter and Juventus. Inter and Roma. Bologna against Juventus, actually they played good. They played pretty good. They didn't convert chances, and possibly they didn't play that much close to the box, which is something they will be able, obviously, to do against Sampdoria. That's why I'm seeing both teams to score, because Bologna won't go there to speculate. Sampdoria feel that they must start to get some points. This will open the match. That's why I say both teams to score. And I want to tell you, there was what I didn't know him. There is this young guy that had debuted in Serie A against Juventus called Gianmarco Cangiano. In 15 minutes, he played as an experienced number 10. He almost looked like a bit like Gianfranco Zola. I don't know if Mihailovic will have the cheekiness to play him again already in Sampdoria, but for sure we will see something more from him. Bologna got different attacking options, and I think that this time they will come out.
Alex, Sampdoria, it looked to me as if obviously they got the gift of the week back pass for Manolo Gabbiadini, obviously ex-Southampton, great finisher, and it was a great finish yesterday, and then they tried to hang on, and if it wasn't for their keeper, they would have been beat 5.
Yes, but they played for the quality of the players they have in the first 11. They played decent in both games. You can give them credit for that. I thought that Ranieri will defend in both games and will go for 1 point. But it didn't look to me that way. I liked the way they changed a little bit of the play. I liked the fact that they also attacked and tried to score and impose their rhythm and to keep the ball. It was okay, but I still don't like the final third. The assists, the quality of the players there. So Bologna in 1-on-1, I think that they have the better squad. I think that Bologna have the better chance here. But it looks to me that the one team that is fighting relegation right now is Sampdoria. Sampdoria, not Bologna, you know. So Bologna will not push for that away win so much as Sampdoria will try to get at least 1 point from this game. And 3.5 for a draw, again with goals. Yeah, 1-1 seems to me to be a correct final score. Should be a good value, 3.5 for a draw at final time.
Yeah, and I go under 2.5 goals as well, and I wouldn't put anyone under the go under the 1.5 as well. But obviously with Alex at 1-1. Remember to leave your comments on the below this video as well, because we like to read them. We will get back to you, and we will just maybe have a little bit of integration now. So Sassuolo killed me yesterday in a massive way. Plus 160, draw plus 250, Verona plus 187. Tank, does Sassuolo come out and produce that type of spirited performance again?
You know, one thing is to play, well, you know, because one thing is to play against Inter, one thing is to play against Atalanta. When you have those two games in 6 days, you actually had something rewarding finally, like against Inter. But actually also against Atalanta, some Sassuolo were smashed in the score sheet, but actually they had several chances. They weren't like humiliated aside the result. So seems to me like there will be a hangover effect now. And you are playing Verona that not only should rebound after losing against Napoli, but actually, if you look at the way Sassuolo are playing and Verona are playing, is exactly the way how Verona is getting inside Sassuolo system, and I'm doing that. Because Verona are reacting, are keeping the different lines very tight, stealing balls, going forward pretty fast, and Sassuolo are leaving space behind. If only Inter would have played a bit more humble like Verona is doing, even if it's not the property of a big team, but they would have win. So I say it's not maybe big value as expected, but still I think it's good value. Verona to win at Sassuolo.
Okay, so you're going for the away win. Alex, do you fancy Verona to go there and get something?
2.7, huge odds. He could easily go for the draw no bet option at 2.07. So with even with draw no bet option, you can win something from this match, and you can cover in case of a draw. I think that in terms of quality, Verona has the better defense, Sassuolo has the better attack. This is how I'm seeing this match. Verona more clever, more like a team than Sassuolo, have more, let's say, key players like Caputo, like the other guy, Berardi, like a lot of good players, better in quality. Verona are more like a team, you know, united and combined very nicely. So I'm seeing an easily over 2.5 goals in the match, because I also think that Sassuolo will find the back of the net. Yeah, I'm not so crazy to go for Verona win. But I think that it will be an exciting match. I think that we can easily see goals from both sides. So you can also play both teams to score in the match. And for that, you can take 1.7 right now. The odds are dropping. So you should take that from now, because I think that it's another value bet. But over 2.5 is my official tip at 1.91.
Okay, now obviously the Alex Classic you can bring in there as well. Now, Udinese at plus 610, draw plus 380, and the free scoring Atalanta at minus 200, Tank.
Look, Atalanta have registered 5 goals in the first game, 5 goals in the second game. How many they are going to register in the third one? Now, I don't think that it will be exactly, or I don't have the guts to bet exactly on the 5 goals. But even if Udinese shouldn't be that kind of team that actually, in whose games actually you see many goals, And probably they will play very tight, very, very tight, to just play counter-attack against Atalanta. But still, that freshness of Atalanta, that cheekiness, that lightness that let them play careless for 90 minutes, even when they were 2 goals down after 20 minutes, I think we will see them again. Probably Udinese will be able to find the net. Probably yes. But anyway, I wouldn't go for the both teams to score. I would just go for over 2.5 goals, which with Atalanta is almost a guarantee.
Over 2.5 goals, Alex. Are you going to say that maybe Udinese with a little 1.5 goal head start?
No, I will not risk it. I will not risk the minus 1.5 on the Asian handicap, but I will play. I think that this should be. I don't know exactly what will be the banker. I didn't decide it yet, but Atalanta to win and over 1.5 goals in the match because they can easily score 2 goals on their own at 1.73. Rodrigo De Paul, the captain of Udinese, will miss this game due to suspension due to yellow cards. That is a huge problem for Udinese. I liked Udinese against Torino, but they didn't have that final touch. They missed so many opportunities in that game. On the other side, Atalanta are also missing, but they are clinical. When they are going in attack, they are going like crazy. I don't know if I've seen a better team in quality of attack and entertainment as Atalanta in this season in at least in Serie A, not to say more, not to go more further than that. Everyone is scoring. Everyone is scoring. This is the nice thing that this team produces. And Papu Gomez is brilliant. He did another brilliant game against Lazio. He was one of the kind. Ilicic came from the bench, and this is important. I think that right now, I think that Gasperini will play him in the first 11. He gave him 15 minutes against Lazio, very important 15 minutes to feel a little bit the team and how it is to be back. And I think that right now he will come to produce. And I think that Ilicic, with anytime goal scorer in this match against Udinese, I think it's an interesting bet with half stake. I think that you can find that at 3.2, 3.3.
Okay.
And I want to add something. Udinese will miss for the rest of the season their central midfielder Mandragora, which is basically their regista. And see, it's really not such a rich roster. When you miss Mandragora, that won't be available for the rest of the season, and the Pau, which is suspended, it is extremely hard for them to create any game. Maybe Lasagna can pull a single goal, I don't know. But that's why I'm going for over 2.5 goals and not both teams to score. Because it's already, in a normal situation for Udinese, it's hard to score. Imagine from now on.
Okay. Now, let's go to this bottom game, and I'm not really wanting to be reminded, but hey, Parma, plus 600, draw plus 320, and Inter, who can't defend, at minus 162. Tank, it looks like an Alex classic for me. I think both teams score, and one of them gets the second.
I take half of the classic because I really can't see if Inter can make their mind in time for that. Inter can't defend, and that's true. Inter have conceded goals, if I'm not mistaken, in the last 7 games. For sure in the last 5 at home, for example. When they didn't concede goals, when they played Udinese. We were mentioning Udinese before. There is an issue with them. There is clearly an issue. And this draw has hit hard on their confidence and their ambitions. Now, the main issue was that Antonio Conte made a big mistake in the huge rotation before the game, a huge turnover. He thought it had it in the bag, and he actually changed 5 out of the 11 that were against Sampdoria. That is the starting 11. Now, it is understandable because you have anyway to control, to dose the different strengths because it's a long season. But you need to do as much points as possible now, and you don't have to make so many changes at the beginning in order to not to affect too much the starting 11. 5 out of 11 was too much. I think this confidence is still it is hit hard, and Parma is playing the perfect counter-attack against Inter. So I'm not sure if I can see really Inter to recover from that. So I will be just a bit of a coward, and I will just go on both teams to score.
Okay, Alex, is there any value on Parma double chance and obviously the Alex Classic?
I'm on the same bet on both teams to score at 1.87. Maybe also on the over 2.5 goals at 1.89, because I think that we'll see plenty of goals. Yeah, the squad rotation, the heavy rotation was a mistake, putting Sanchez in the place of Lautaro Martinez there. But to be honest, Alexis Sanchez delivered yesterday, and it was a mistake to change him after 55 minutes or 60 minutes, I think that Eriksen was also good yesterday, how much he played. I think it was a mistake to change him too. I think that Conte was almost about to cry at the end of the match. If you could see his face, that free he was about. If they weren't for cameras and everything, I think that he would start to cry. This is how
He's not the only one.
Him. So. It's the end for Inter chances to win the title. We have 8 points already. I don't think that Juventus will drop so many points, and Inter will go 100% with wins till the end of the season. That is impossible. I would rather say that Inter will drop more points than Juventus till the end of the season, because they have huge ups and downs. They still, I don't know, they are still doing some stupid mistakes. Spal, Sassuolo was the kind of team that you have to beat them at 2-1 at halftime. What a team! Tell me how many teams in Italy will the big names? I mean the big names will drop the match from 2-1 and draw. And also, with 4 minutes before the end of the game, you score 3-2, and after 3 minutes you concede. What is that? What is that? I don't understand nothing from their defense. And Parma on the other side, like Tan said, they are on the break. They are superb. They could score against anyone. So easily both teams to score at 1.87. Double chance, I don't know. Yeah, 2.38 or +1. I don't see Inter, if they winning by more than 1 goals difference. So 1.88 for Parma +1 is a value bet. But still official play, 1.87 both teams to score.
Okay, cheers, boys.
And while Alex was talking, I just received, and I swear it's true, I'm not playing around. I just received 2 messages from a colleague covering Inter, and he told me that Barella got a muscular fatigue, so might not be part of the game, and Lautaro got a knock on the back, so he too is in doubt for the game. So another reason on my side to believe that is not sure at all that Inter will be able to recover.
Okay, well anyway, if you like this video, then please subscribe, press the button, ring the bell. If you ring the bell, then we'll notify you and you will never miss any content again. And there's a chance that if you press the link in the description, then you can go over and read about all of our soccer articles from our soccer writers. And there's not just soccer over there. There is plenty sports from plenty writers. Now, let me say good luck to the boys in blue, Tancredi and Alex. Let's hope. But listen, we did good. We did good last week, but we want to hit the jackpot. So we'll see you again on Monday morning when we go through next week's card.
Thank you.
What? Yeah. Okay, so in Italian, actually, if you wish good luck, that people start to do superstition gesture, you should always say that actually this fits a lot with Romania, in the mouth of the wolf. Always. In bocca al lupo.
In the mouth of the wolf?
In the mouth of the wolf, yes, in bocca al lupo, not a Romanian wolf.
Hey, and on that note, enjoy the Serie A this weekend. We'll see you on Monday. From Tancredi, from Alex, and from myself, and everyone at Sportsbook Review. Rest in peace, Rafa. We'll speak to you soon. You take care.